Hello dear SoulSparkles, I welcome you with great love, here with another guidance. This will be the video of spiritual development for 2026. I've already made a guidance of your love life for 2026. Then I thought there should be another one, which I will share with you here on the public YouTube channel, and I really hope that it will help and resonate with you. Because I have already recorded all 3 groups and you have received an amazing and fantastic messages. Each group will be a little different, so I'll ask you to choose one of the 3 piles, please. But before I go ahead and show you the roses, thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you very much for being here with me, and I hope that I can continue to bring you lots and lots of videos and messages in 2026. Well, then let's look at the groups. I brought 3 roses, and the representative of the first group, this is the wonderful lavender colored rose. The second group is the yellow rose. And the third group is the peach colored rose. I hope that you've made your choice, and I welcome you very much to your group video, the start time of which you can find here in the comment section below the video. I wish you a pleasant session in the guidance. Hi dear SoulSpark, welcome to the video of your spiritual development of 2026. You chose the first group, and you can see that I have already selected a card for you that will represent its main energy for you. That is what will be most evident in your spiritual development. What is your path, or how you will function on a spiritual level, which may also mean that what your soul will desire in 2026. So let's look at that card. By the way, this is the lavender color, and the color of this rose is so gentle, and it reminds me harmony and balance and soothing the nerves. Emotional harmony immediately reminded me of the balance. And your soul will probably want this in 26 naturally. So you will experience it in your everyday life, or if something good happens to you, then I see you experiencing that thing in the present moment. But moderation, which also came to my mind, it is possible that this year you will desire harmony in pretty much in everything. You desire and maintain such a pleasant balance in your life in 26. But let's look at the card to see what else will be the main theme for you in your spiritual development. And this is the water initiation. It's really cool. As I look at this card, it shows me that you probably have a pretty strong connection to Atlantis or Lemuria, or both. And spiritual abilities, soul gifts will come back to you now in 26, which you acquired there in Atlantis or Lemuria. In addition, the dolphin helpers will also appear in your life symbolically. So the dolphin has a very specific meaning, as a dolphin symbol, which is friendliness, joy, playfulness. I mentioned that I have a feeling that finally in 26, I'm not saying that good things haven't happened to you before, but if something good happens to you in 26, you will really be able to rejoice in it from a deep soul level. And I may not say that I don't feel you are intuitive so far, because I think that Group 1 is quite intuitive. Actually, this video itself is about spiritual development, so I will see this clearly in every group. But Group 1, that extrasensory abilities will probably also be strengthened in you. In your group, I specifically feel that these abilities will be strengthened very, very much. And I feel that for many of you, dream journaling is also important. So your spirit guides will also send you messages through your dreams, or your higher self, or your celestial helpers. So you can expect intensified dreams at night. And you will also be able to understand them better. You will remember them more often. And some of you may be interested in dream interpretation, and you may examine symbols in more detail, what your dream dictionary means to you. And I also sense a heightened and very artistic sense that art contributes greatly to your spiritual development. So it is possible that you will start doing something that is connected to, for example, painting, drawing, dancing, or even singing. These are the things that came to my mind right now. Artistic things, yes. And this is the expression of your soul. So I feel like you're going to do something unique in that sense. The basics that you learned, of course, something that is learned in your past life, so they will probably pass this on to your present life, or maybe for some of you from a teacher, a master, or a mentor. But I feel that is exactly why you create will be unique, because you will create something. So this creation, let's call it creation now, or expression, this will be very unique. And it has a healing effect on you. So this is the most important thing, I think, that you will heal emotionally through these activities. You also have the gut feeling in this year to make decisions based on your strong intuition. I don't tell you to exclude your logic, but I feel that your intuition will be really, really strong, and it will help you to guide through your path. I feel that in 26 you will look for clues, what reactions a certain person or situation evokes in you, or even what your intuition is really like to tell you about something or someone, because it is possible that you will not be able to explain something, why you are living the way you are, or why you are sensing something as you sense it, but you will decide accordingly. You will know that this intuition, this really comes from your soul, and you will trust this intuition, because it will be so powerful that you will not be able to ignore them. So that is why I feel this high level of intuition in you, because you will simply not to be able to ignore them in 26. So I also wanted to say something about playfulness, or to say a few words about it. You will probably attract people into your life who are spiritually advanced souls, or who are more interested in spirituality. You will attract people like magnets, or they will attract you, right? This is going to be a two-sided thing, I think. And with this group of dolphins, this tells me that you will be in a community, or you will find a community that you can really, really feel like, oh, finally, this is a community that I have always wanted to belong to, where I can be myself, and where there are really very similar, in fact, almost identical people like you. So I feel like that is what you will experience there. So let's look at the other messages, because I would like to ask for messages from the tarot as well, and then we will look in detail how it will unfold, in what way you will be able to fulfill yourself in 26. But I see your heavenly helpers will speak to you. What is worth letting go? What will no longer serve you or even hinder your spiritual development? And how you can still use this gut feeling in your everyday life. Although I have already talked about your everyday life in this card in terms of experiencing your artistic side, but of course I would like to ask for messages in addition to this. Let's see, then I'm going to ask for 3 cards, and the King of Cups came out as the first card. Again, just cups, very interesting. I say this because it's interesting now. This card called Water Initiation showed me a little bit of your feminine aspect, so the feminine aspect would unfold, and no matter if you are a man or a female. So next to it is the King of Cups. Also, I haven't talked about it yet, but I will talk about it soon. And let's keep looking. Wow, this is incredible. And here is the Queen of Cups. That's it, yes. Here is a King of Cups, and next to it, this is the Queen of Cups. Okay. What else needs to be released is the Ten of Wands card. Yeah, so let's start with the King of Cups. So this might still be karmic for you in the present, but you are working on it now, and it serves your development. Well, the first word that came to my mind here is diplomacy. I mentioned moderation, I think, to you, right? And you will probably feel and notice an improvement in this aspect of your relationship within a short time. You can achieve a lot in 26, because otherwise I feel that you have this diplomacy in you, and that you try to view everyone in your life as a lesson. Well, it's either a positive or a negative experience, but I feel that your soul has already learned, and you will now put this so-called knowledge to good use. And you will really realize that in 26 you will attract people who are especially valuable to you. And I feel positive experiences for you here in 26, because especially when I mentioned Lemuria, you brought with you an ability to make decisions by listening to your intuition. Do you remember? However, I have now heard specifically that you can influence people. Wow. Even those who may not have the same views as you. And I'm not talking about manipulation here. I'm talking about being able to remain neutral towards someone, but in what you say, in what you present, or let's say in front of a community, you express yourself with all your heart. So in that sense, you have passion. They will absolutely not see you as superficial. In fact, everyone you will actually show the world who you are. So in that sense, I see you complete, transparent and fair with others. You will play with your cards openly, but playing is not the right word, because you do not specifically feel that you are going to play with someone, because I don't feel that you are going to play with someone in a negative sense. Instead, you will seek the deep reality of everything, and you will manifest it accordingly. Now, this harmony that I feel, this will manifest itself in the fact that at the same time you will acquire an ability, or maybe this will be a quality that actually comes with life experience, that you can still maintain your inner peace and inner strength, however you speak your true words. your inner peace, I mean, you are shown as someone who always maintains calm, or in most cases, you are patient and you can maintain your calm. I see this manifesting in you or in your life. I see you calm and peaceful this year. I actually feel that some of you may not be like this now, but you will activate this in yourself and you will change in this way in 26. It is possible that this art that I sense here, this self-expression that is really unique, is special about you, this is what will heal you, and this thing will bring out of you a diplomatic expression of yourself. And through this I see very, very beautiful and good relationships that will start to come into your life. I have already talked about the Queen of Cups, and when the same messages come back so much, it is a strong confirmation. The Queen of Cups usually represents a water sign, right? From the tarot. Here we see two water signs because the Queen of Cups can be a Pisces or a Cancer person, and for some reason this really stands out to me in your reading. So these two signs could be significant to you. It is possible that there will be such a person in your life whose sun sign or zodiac sign is Pisces or Cancer, or you are Pisces or Cancer, sun sign or ascendant. But these two zodiac signs are also extremely intuitive, right? So here I would really just repeat myself if I were to say the same thing again that I said here at the water initiations. But what's worth knowing about the Queen of Cups is that in 26, a big, I would actually say central theme will be to really have time to take care of yourself and also for others. So in 26, you will learn that only then we can truly take care of our others the way we want, if our own cup is also filled. And by the way, this can mean a lot of things, what self-love means to someone or to you, or what self-time means for you. And now I feel like you will have time for this, so you can finally make time for yourself again. For example, I saw that some of you may have recently had a baby or babies, and in the first few years, the bond between a mother and her child is usually so strong that almost the entire day revolves around the child. I think obviously that the first year is definitely about, or should be about that, this close bond between a mother and her young child should be strengthened, right? You get to know each other and that you assure this child of your love, that he can trust you and feel safe, and that his life starts as happy as possible, right? So it can be that many of you now, this was an example, but maybe you had a period when you had to take care of someone a lot and you don't dedicate as much time to yourself and as you would like to have. And this year that is changing too. Of course, this could mean that the person you had to take care of so much will become more independent and you will have more time for yourself. So I see something like that. Of course, not for all of you, but I feel like this will resonate with a lot of you. Or it could be that something in another area of your life is changing positively. It's possible that this is your job, that you've had to work much more than you should in recent years. And maybe you and your partner have been saving up for something, and now the time is coming. It's going to be the year when you finally feel like, oh, I can let go a negative period and enjoy this thing, and I finally achieved this goal. I'm not saying that you are going to say, okay, we are going to stop here, because maybe you have plans. Of course you have plans. And I say it again, your intuition will soar along with your creativity. So these two things go in hand for you, your intuition and your creativity, but you will dictate a much slower pace in your everyday life. You won't need this forced pace that might have characterized your year of 2025 or your past years. And I want to say something about the third card, which is the Ten of Wands. I feel that this group is also special because it's as if in this year of 26, your self-image changes a lot. It's like realizing that you are going to change a lot. Maybe you are questioning really deep spiritual truths in your life. I feel like the main theme here, spiritually speaking, for your year of 26 is really who you really become. I am really who I was, or I have completely changed, or at least I see a change in you to the extent that you desire, which in itself will be enough to change almost every area of your life. And honestly, I feel like it's possible that you are not the type of person who has a million friends. I sense with most of you that you have one or two true friends, and they absolutely support you in this. So they feel like if they were to go with you, you would cross this bridge, because my spirit guides are showing me a bridge in my vision, and that you would cross this bridge together with your friends. So it's only symbolically, but because they completely accept you as you are. These are the new things that I sense here at the Dolphins also. You will probably start a new chapter in your life in many ways. Expect for this one. I will give you an example. Okay, you will feel, for example, that this work you've been doing so far is absolutely not you, and you don't want to force it. You are going to go straight to what your gut feeling is. For example, this is another example of how when a person changes, it's not necessarily the things from the past that resonate with them. And I sense that this resonance, which for you now in 26 is going to move you to a whole new level, and you will feel like a whole new person. And yes, it is possible in a little bit of that sense that you will connect with other celestial helpers, so other light helpers. Yes, I also sense that it is possible that there will be a change among your celestial mentors as well. So, because there may be some of your current helpers who you say goodbye. So actually we have heavenly helpers who help us throughout our lives. We have a karmic contract with them, but there are helpers who help us during a certain stage of our life. And when we learn a certain lesson, their task ends here. And another heavenly helper comes in their place, of course. And I sense this in you, in your life, that because you will start new things and you will change, there will be changes among your celestial mentors as well. So it's also possible that your intuition will be strengthened, because in this respect it is possible that you will become a little more advanced. Although I don't like to use this word, it's not about something or someone being inferior or more skilled than us, but rather that you will use some of your abilities differently. And actually, yes, ultimately, I think intuition is like our muscles, that when we exercise our muscles, it develops, right? And it's the same with intuition, that the more we use it, the more we practice it, the stronger it becomes, the more it is activated in us. So that's essentially what your year 26 will be about for you. So to sum up, dear Soul Spark, I feel that you are looking forward to a very, very beautiful year. And I think that now you will really be able to feel where your path is taking you, and where your heart is calling you, and you will follow this path of 26 with great love, openness, honesty, and compassion. I think that you are going to have a lot of positive surprises now in the coming year. And I would like to also note here that I've prepared another version of this guidance, this 26 guidance, which will be about your relationships. So I'm going to look in detail at what changes will occur in your relationships in 2026. And I also recommend this video with love, although it is available on the membership channel on the Ko-fi page. I feel a lot of the same messages in your group here, and in one of the groups there, the change of self of the celestial helpers appeared there too. So if you think and feel the call, then I gladly invite you in the membership group on Ko-fi, and if you join, then you can open and watch that video there anytime when you want it. So I thought I would like to ask you for a couple more charms here now, so that we use the charms too, and if there's any closing message from them, I will say that too. I'll turn down the volume now a little bit because this mixing tends to be loud. And then this will be your last closing message, dear SoulSpark. Great! Look at this. So here's the amulet or charm called Inspiration. Here you go. I definitely feel like you are going to be inspired this year, and you are going to inspire others as well. So it's possible that you find an environment where people will definitely start to recognize your values. I've even heard that they might learn something from you. You're always learning, okay, but it's possible that you'll teach people things too. Then the Lover's Arcanum charm was dropped too. Very nice. Well, yes, there's one thing I didn't mention, because I really want to leave this spiritual guidance on this topic, but it's so obvious. A lot of you are going to find your soulmate, because let's not forget, here's a couple, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, right? So this is also part of the year that you finally found each other. Or if you are already in a relationship, it's been a long-term relationship, and you will feel that there's really love between you. Then I also see that you can deepen this connection to such a level that I actually see a ring in my vision. Wow. Either you deepen your connection or you strengthen it. So, of course, I mentioned that too. Then there's this charm called the best boss in the world. Yeah, so I see that for those of you who are going to have this big change in your career, I definitely see that a lot of you might be starting some new kind of business, because for some reason this boss, the best boss in the world, it's like you, as others think of you. But if you are not starting a business, but you are going to have a new job, then the message at work will be that you're going to be part of a cohesive, inspiring team, and your boss will be the type of person who appreciates their colleagues. So that's a really nice message here. With the masks dropping, and there's a mask here, look, what I said is that possible that you've been clinging to a lot of things that were absolutely not you, and you take these things off now, these masks, and you face yourself and ask yourself, who am I really? Who am I? What do I want? What's good for me? And you're going to go there. This charm, by the way, is also a little bit related to this topic, because this charm says the following: when a flower doesn't bloom, you have to change the environment in which it wants to grow and not the flower itself. And how interesting is this, that here we are talking about flowers and here we see water. So I feel that the flower also needs to be watered, right? If not, it doesn't get enough water, and as we human, if we doesn't get enough emotional impulses or enough care, then the poor flower will wither and we will be sad. And for you, this analogy or these things appears like synonyms here. You will be in much richer environment emotionally. Just as you value the others, they will value you too. And so this charm says that life is so short, so sweet on it. Right? Your first card was about how you can finally sign off this year. Actually, of course, there are always days when everything is not perfect, of course, but I think you are looking forward to a really great year. And you are getting used to joy and happiness. So, dear SoulSpark, thank you very much for being here, and I really hope you've liked this guidance. And if you did, please let me know in some way. Send me a like or comment. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please do so. And I wish you a wonderful 2026. And I hope you see you again. Bye. Hi dear SoulSpark, I welcome you here with much love for your guidance of 2026. You have chosen the group of the Yellow Rose, which is your group 2, and I am really curious about what messages I can bring you and what 26 will bring you in terms of your spiritual development. Because when I asked the cards, that we will look at it together, but I had this deck in my hand, I was shuffling it, and as this card fell out, I felt a strong pull in my palm. And when I wanted to put this deck back, it was like I felt a push in my palm. And these things also say a lot for me. These are also connected to your messages, so I will talk about this in a moment, okay? So what I sense as the main energy is that I think the law of attraction will be strongly present in the year of 26 for you. I think you will actually realize that what the law of attraction really is. This is the thing that first immediately came to my mind about this pull and push. So let's look at your card, the main energy, and I'd like to share the other messages with you later, but I also sense that you are going to be working together a lot with your celestial helpers. Okay, so those are the two things I can tell you right away about 26 and about your spiritual ascension. So let's look at the card. Your card, wow, yes, it's great. This card fell out from the deck because that's how it came out from the deck. And it says on the card that you are supported. So that is, yes. What I sense here for you, dear group 2, is that it's possible that in the past period, or maybe your year of 25 was filled with difficulties. Maybe I heard a lot of times that you were rejected or that you were told the word no. And now in 26 you will get a lot more yes than no. You will have good opportunities, but you will learn when you need to say yes to something and when you need to say no. So that's interesting, because I think you will be more so like a boss in your own life. You will be more responsible and get in your hands more easily the things. We will see it. I'm going to tell you now the positive things right away, but first I'd like to start with the slightly challenging messages, but don't worry, it's just your discernment in 26, which you will use throughout this year wisely. So if you see something in 26 that simply doesn't want to manifest or doesn't match with you, then you will see and understand why it doesn't for you. And you will realize that, wow, your helpers helped you with this, even when someone said no to you. And you will be able to move forward in your life much easier than before, and let go of things. So you will be able to trust yourself and your heavenly helpers much easier than before. Because let's not forget, this card is about support. So in 26 you will see how strongly you are supported by your helpers. They protect you. I feel that many of you will find your true path also. And that's why I sense that some of you will still get a no right now, temporarily. But this no will immediately lead to another yes. And you won't resist, but you will get such powerful signs, and you will be able to sense these signs and see synchronicities in your life that you won't doubt them. So I see that you will trust the process completely. In fact, if something didn't turn out the way you wanted it, even in your past, you will understand what it means in 26. Okay, so that's what I see here in this card. And about the number 30, because by the way, this 30 number also pulling my sight right now. Maybe when you turn in your age of 30, of course not everyone, but if you turn 30, then for you this year will be particular. It will bring you a big leap. So on your spiritual level, I heard that you are worthy of something. You will notice it. And this number 30 will be such a turning point in your life. If you are older or younger, it's okay. Regardless of that, this group can still resonate with you. I'm just mentioning this so that I sense this. For some of you, this is such a special message here. So let's look at the details, okay? I would like also to ask the tarot, and I would also like to use the charms. Wow, the cards are speaking immediately. So the first card is the Ten of Cups reversed. This card often shows, when it arrives on its side, that something is too beautiful to be true. So this Ten of Cups also has a bit of an illusion meaning, and for you it came out reversed. So I immediately had a feeling when I looked at this. This is exactly what will happen, that the illusions will fall away, and I see you will learn what is really worth fighting for or standing up for, and what is completely unnecessary for you. Moreover, I also sense that there are unexpected threats from the past that you didn't understand, and I already mentioned that this with your main card. So there are a lot of these emotional obstacles that you didn't understand, and now you will finally can understand in 2026. what I also sense is you realize the material world is misunderstood. Many people still live in the fantasy of the material world. Maybe you have already realized this illusion, but you haven't really been able to implement this in your life. Yes, many of us have already realized this, like money doesn't make you happy or make us happy, but I think it would be a bit of force if I'd said this is completely true, because okay, it doesn't make you happy, but it is also necessary, because let's face it, here on the earth, money is what we use. It is an exchange. So without money we would not be able to eat, buy food, for example. Or it would also be false if we went to work. Okay, let's do an example. If we go to work, and then I would say that if money doesn't make me happy, then I won't ask for my salary, and I go to work for free. So this is one of the things that I see here in your pile, that with this topic your life will be more harmonious, and you can select or distinguish the difference between working for the money or working with the money's energy. That's a big difference, right? So here I see a financial boom for you. And money is also an energy. And here I have already told you about the law of attraction, that you will experience this more in 26, your relationship with the law of attraction. Okay, and here is the Two of Cups, so let's not forget that. This card, okay, it's true that I reversed it, but if a card is reversed, it doesn't always mean that it's blocked or the energy of this card is not available. I see things from your past that are coming back, and you can get an opportunity from this. This is why it was reversed, this card. So which card describes the law of attraction? It's the Ten of Cups, right? So you will be able to attract things into your life that you haven't been able to do before, maybe. And here I feel, for some of you, for some reason, you somehow connect better with nature, and not only with people but also with other living beings. I have also heard plant awareness. Maybe you'll find some kind of holistic healing that suits you best. Now I give you an example. I also talk a little about health. It is possible that some of you been going to doctors for years. Doctors couldn't find anything at all in regards to your health, but let's say from time to time maybe you developed an allergy. Now, just an example, okay? So doctors couldn't find what caused you this allergy or how to eliminate it. I see it specifically for you. The next year, so the year of 26, you will find a solution for this. I'm not saying that we shouldn't go to doctor. No, I'm not saying that I'm diagnosing anyone here or that these alternative methods would replace medical expertise, but I feel that this is how you'll figure it out, the whys in your life, okay? So you will search and find the answers within yourself. You'll solve a lot of things on your own, or at least you will understand the key things in your life, the main recipe for yourself. And I'm not saying that you won't be supported, because your card tells support. So you will indeed manifest people, even helpers, who are just right for you and who give you the best answers to your questions. But I see that because as the third card is the Emperor, you will also take on much more greater responsibilities in your life. And I'm not saying this because you haven't taken enough responsibility before, but you will be able to do it and have a greater capacity to do it, okay? Something was blocked in your life, and now I sense a liberation in you in this way. What also stands out for me is the water element appeared in your reading too. So the water element here in 2 cards, because the 10 of Cups is Mars in Pisces, and here the 2 of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Maybe the first group also caught your attention, that it will be worth listening to the first group if you would like, okay? Not necessary, but because these 2 zodiac signs appear there too on pile number 1. So the zodiac signs of Cancer and Pisces. However, apart from that, returning to your messages, I also heard that someone recognizes your values or someone finally rewards you. This support may also mean to some of you that, yes, in some area of your life, you should have this relationship or you should have this material wealth. Someone I feel here too that this reward, that someone will reward you, will based on reciprocity. So what you get, you will give, and what you give, you will get back. It will be that easy for you in 26. Well, I'm not saying that there won't be minor setbacks, because regardless of that, you're still developing, because we learn always throughout our life, right? It won't be that we learn something in 26 or you will learn something and then you won't have to develop further. That's not the point, but this year will be an easier path for you. You'll attract people very, very easily. And here's a little, let's say, digression. But you really have to be careful about your way of thinking. If you want to experience the greatest joy in 26, then believe me, your supporters or your spirit guides will put people by your side, or they will shape coincidences that you wouldn't believe. These things may seem like coincidences for you, but your helpers have been working on these things for a long time. So with these people you can lift each other up in your life. I would like to return to the fact that it is possible in 26 you might feel you have missed something. Maybe you want to get somewhere and you miss that meeting, but you'll understand why you missed that thing and you won't force it. So you'll be grateful for it. But it will also happen that just like that, completely by chance, you start a conversation with someone and a friendship will be born. You'll be able to develop quality relationships with people. And by the way, I also saw that you will be much more open to the world and much more extroverted. Now my spirit guides showed it in my vision as if these 2 stone statues on the card would open up like this, and there are people waiting for you behind the stone statue. And the more you open up, the more people you attract. But the point is that it's all about quality and not quantity. You will also understand that we learn something from everyone. For some reason, a card still catches my eye, so I'll choose this one here and ask for messages from it as well. Let's see what else you are improving in, how you can implement these things in your life. Oh, grounding card, okay. I think I mentioned this at the beginning, that you feel a connection not only with people but also with other living beings. Your connection will be much closer. What immediately came to my mind with this card, this grounding card, is I mentioned here I see quite a few watery cards. 2 of your 3 cards are from the water elements. So the card grounding itself is like uses our lower chakras, but I also feel your intuition because of the 2 cups card, and intuition activates our higher chakras, right? I've been talking about this. You will feel what attracts you. You may not be able to explain at first why you are attracted to things, but you will go after that. This will activate your upper chakras. But generally, in order to stay balanced, so that we don't fall in the other side of the horse, that's why we also need to work with our lower chakras. So we need to sometimes feel like we are grounded. We're not bouncing off the ground too much. I'm saying this because I mentioned to you once again that this card, for example, Mars in Pisces, and the same. So Mars is action and Pisces is intuition. So Mars in Pisces is action through intuition. So here you have this, that you will feel where your heart is taking you. But at the same time, sometimes it's possible that you will notice that sometimes you need to take a rest, a break, or a recharge. What is also interesting is how you'll be able to achieve this grounding, or what should be the best or most effective way for you. It is possible that you will find yourself wanting to use natural ingredients. For example, I give you an example now, okay? This can actually manifest itself in your eating habits. You'll eat much less such artificial food, or maybe if you are already picky, you will be more sensitive to artificial foods. I also see that it's possible for some of you, for example, again, an example, you will strive for naturalness in the clothes you buy. So you will absolutely not buy synthetic clothes or soap or washing powder that you use. So I also see you get rid of such artificial things or materials, because absolutely if you eat something like this, I don't want to reveal which franchise serves such food, but if you eat something like artificial, you feel that your energy level is much lower the next day. And it is really important for you to find in what way you can naturally recharge your energy. And if we look at it from an astrological point of view, it is possible that for some of you, Pluto is transiting in your 6th house, and Pluto also represents a kind of transformational energy, a kind of phoenix rising from the dust. And the 6th house is our routines, our daily habits, or our health. For you, group 2, health is really important here. So a healthier lifestyle and your energy level will increase. And what health means to you is that you'll notice a huge improvement in that. But that's also what causes you to perceive things differently in your spiritual level. So let's look at the charms now. Now I'm going to shuffle the charms, and then I'm going to throw them out here on the cards, and then we see if there's any extra messages or confirmations. At this point I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit because this shuffle tends to be loud, so thank you so much for your patience. Okay, let's see what came out here. Well, that's great because we are talking about money, right? And these energies, this is the 8 of coins from the tarot. Okay, then, so here's another message that I think a lot of you will experience positive changes in your finances and in your career. I bring the picture a little bit closer. Let's see what else came out here. The travel. Yes, you see it, I hope. Here are these boxing gloves next to the travel, or this adventure awaits you next to the gloves. It came out together like this. Moreover, here is the horse, this horse charm. So it could be about some kind of travel here in 26, which you have been longing for a long time, and this is how it will come true. You may get an initiation in that place. This is only for those who have really felt for a long time that you want to go to some spiritual place, and finally it is given to you, and it's beautiful. And look at this heart charm. This one came out with the other charm which says do what you love. Yes, so something that you really wanted to do for a long time, you are going to attract it. This is also confirmation that the law of attraction that I told you about, so they will answer for your dreams. Wow, that's so great. This also brings back the same message that it's possible that you will have a wish or something like that you really want from your heart, and it will come true for you. Then here's a charm that says you wouldn't have been able to treat me even if I had come with instructions. Yeah, so here's the thing. I feel like you're going to have some relationships that I feel like you're going to decide to let go. And I don't feel that this would happen painfully for you, but here I feel this flow state. Remember this Pisces energy. You understand that whoever is truly meant for you, or what is meant for you, even if you let go, they will still come back, or they will be yours, and you don't force it. So you won't force things that you see as causing much more complications than a happiness or satisfaction for you. But I don't really sense passivity, because you'll go for what you want, but I don't feel either the pressure from you. So the focus in 26 will not be on pressure. You will learn this at a master level, so to speak, what attracts and what repels. And what attracts you, you don't resist it. But okay, yes, you will go with it. But what repels you, you move on from. You won't force it at all. Very cool. Because here is the money charm. I don't want to say more about that because that has already been discussed. Then the chain and the 4-leaf clover. Wow, look at that. This says don't sell your individuality just to be recognized. Yes, that's what it's about. What do people do for recognition, right? What does recognition mean to you? I feel like this will be the best lesson for you in 26. You will see and learn that giving only yourself is enough. You don't have to change, and you don't have to be with someone who isn't fit with you or resonate with you. You will be able to show yourself completely as you are for someone, and you'll be able to attract this purity and honesty through other relationships. And whoever you feel is fake, you will leave them. So you will not try to have a long-term relationship with that person. So, dear Soul Spark, this group 2 is really about these topics, and I wish you that whatever you desire in 26 may come true. And I really hope that this guidance has helped you. I think I have said everything that was possible, and thank you so much. I am really happy that I was able to look at your energies. And if you like this guidance, then please let me know, write a comment, share this video, and I wish you a wonderful 2026, and I wish you the best light, abundance, and love on your journey. Hi dear Soul Spark, I welcome you with much love on the occasion of your guidance. You chose the rose of the third group. Now I'm not sure whether the camera catches this vibrant color, but it is such a beautiful peachy rose, and I have already asked for a main card for your main energy in the terms of your spiritual development in 2026. I would like to quickly highlight that all 2 groups I've already recorded so far have received completely different messages in both groups, and I feel that the third group is like you may be very drawn to the other 2 groups, but if you still decided on this, the third group, then I feel the first group would be the past for you. The second, so the yellow rose group, would be your present now, and this third group is your future. And I already asked for energies, but it's like if you were already beyond those 2 groups, and this third one is coming to you now in 26. So let's see what this group shows you, and I would like to show the cards, and then I will ask also the tarot for confirmation. But let's see. Your main energy is expansion. Oh, how beautiful. So it's actually unfolding. This is how I could translate this expansion card that I feel. And it's really interesting that this pale peach color appears again here, just like in your rose. Although unfortunately the camera doesn't show the colors well, but in real life this wonderful peach color has a very vivid color. I'm sorry if it doesn't show the color, but after all, the message is the following. In my Lemurian course in Hungarian, I teach the basic light rays and their coding and activation and how we can use these light rays. And the peach color, since it appeared to you twice, I feel this color itself a message for you. Peach color is not related to the basic light rays, but is a master light ray. And with this light ray and color, I feel that it's possible that many of you have embarked on the path of service. Again, there was nothing wrong with your value system, but your spirit guides actually brought me into the picture here in my vision, and here I see the earth, and as I get closer, I see many people who need help, and it's like if for some reason, in some way, service will be your goal or your soul path from now on. I also sense that some kind of change that I mentioned will appear in your way of thinking. It's very rare to find someone who loves to give so much like you, dear Pile 3. I feel that you are a very loving person, and sometimes maybe you think, oh, I should give much more than I gave, and that is not true. I think that sometimes you are a little bit strict with yourself. So the other thing I still sense here is that you want to create something lasting. This is not primary, you see yourself differently, although we are all different and unique, but like you're stricter with yourself, as I mentioned. So pay attention. You don't need to be so strict with yourself, but I also heard that it's possible someone will enter your life and you want them to remember you, even if you are not always there or so close to them. That's why you want to do something now. So I'm getting very interesting messages right now. I thought I asked the tarot for the details because I want to examine the main theme, how will unfold here. Maybe what has changed in you, how is going, and what is still coming into your life. So let's see how this spiritual development of Group 3 will develop in 2026. By the way, what stands out for me here with the number 18, if we reduce this, we get a 9. And number 9 is the house of spirituality, religious trends, views, and travel, according to the astrological houses. And for many of you, it is possible that this will also be relevant, that I don't want to say a religious trend, but some kind of your worldview you'll go towards and you will be interested in this trend. I don't say that you will now completely go into this or you will only find opportunities in a religious system, but somehow you will feel close to that view. And yes, I mentioned the journey is also possible. Here is this globe. Well, it is possible that some of you also get to know a new culture, and this culture will have a very big impact on you. And on some level, you will also receive an initiation in it there. So I sense this in your pile too. So let's look at your cards that fell out, and in the meantime I shuffled here the first card, the Queen of Swords, then the Six of Wands. I show you the Six of Wands, I'm sorry. And the Strength. Wow, you got really strong cards. First, I would start with your main card or your first card, and it is really interesting because I didn't feel this with any of the other groups as now with you, but it seems to me if these 3 cards of your 26th year were divided into 3 parts. So this Queen of Swords will be the first quarter of your year. Then this card represents the energy of the middle of the year, so the Six of Wands. And the third card represents the energy of the end of your year. I say again that I didn't think so anyway. This wasn't the scenario, but for some reason I feel like I should convey the messages this way. Of course, these 3 cards are connected to each other, but what I would like to get to the point here is I want to talk about the Queen of Swords first. So first of all, at the beginning of your year of 26, I see that it is possible you will realize, in fact, you will notice that you'll often be in situations where you have to make quick decisions and use logic to make decisions. It's like a little bit of tendency here, and on the other hand, I feel you are very dedicated of the project, and this will not only be about the beginning of your year, but throughout 2026. Maybe in the past in your life, it's like you might have felt a little bit like you were pushed aside by people or this is how the situations in your life turned out. Whereas now I bring this Queen of Swords card a little bit closer. Here I'll show you that this Queen of Swords is like it's shedding its false faces, and it's possible that you realize a shift or a wake up, and you're in another reality now. So something's changing in you. And I have to talk about the fact that we see a sword element. So swords are inherently the truth for some reason. But I sense here is that the truth will be very, very important to you, and it will serve you in 2026. You will get your victory through the truth, I heard. It is a shield for you. Also, as I mentioned service here with this card, you stand up for some cause maybe, in which you will represent some truth to others. You will be active in some sanctuary, and for this you need to have the energy of the Queen of Swords. Like, this is the energy of the Queen of Swords. You can make decisions that are fair, but also you don't forget about people's emotions, because we are still talking about a queen, not a king. We don't see the King of Swords here, but the Queen of Swords. So the queen is still a water and sword element, which you are, or you will be the Queen of Swords, right? Doesn't matter you are a man or a woman, it's the energy that counts. So here in 26, she still has the compassion, as we talk about the Queen of Swords energy. So she has the compassion and empathy, but she knows very well when to use intuition or logic. Your feelings should be put in the foreground, or you just have to decide based on your logic and facts. And I feel that in your relationships you will learn how you can harmoniously incorporate these two things into your own decisions. By the way, I would just like to note that the Queen of Swords is considered a slightly cooler queen in the tarot, because she belongs to the element of the swords. But regardless of that, what I mentioned, she can love very, very much. Regardless of that, the Queen of Swords also understands human feelings. She also has huge feelings, but she doesn't necessarily show them to just anyone. So I feel that in your case, you tend to be a person who wants to do everything alone, or you are so independent that sometimes you don't like to ask for help. And now in 26, in the following year, this will be an advice for you to change your mind a little bit. It's okay if you get help sometimes. You don't have to be so independent, because you have a lot of independence. Yes, I mentioned it. So I see that you could solve everything on your own, but you don't have to. Why? Because, in fact, I'm saying this because your next two cards both contain the energy of the lion, in the ability to be a little bit stubborn maybe. And in the strength card, the zodiac lion sign itself, for some reason it came to my mind that sometimes we think if we want to do something perfectly, then only we can do the thing. But there is this expansion card for you here. So that means sometimes we need to let people into our life who lift us up, and so we do. So open yourself up more to that. So dare to work with others, because that way you will be more effective. And I heard that the power of love doubles. Yes, and you do not need to do everything alone. So your spiritual development in 2026 will probably be about you learning to work in a team, because I still feel that it is possible that you are still not get used to it, or you haven't been so open to it so far. That's okay. That's why I feel this huge change in group number 3, because you become open to work with others more and more, and you will see, if you open up even more, then the world opens up so much, and then you will realize that actually what kind of open doors or opportunities, or how good opportunities come into your life, depends on your openness. What else I can see here is that there will be changes within these opportunities too, which is what I mentioned here. Whatever means for you this expansion, honestly, I sense finances for many people. But anyway, I still feel that within this topic, you will often achieve a smaller or larger success, but you will move on, jump on again to opportunities, and immediately you are already in the next thought, and for some reason this permeates your 2026. You will be like, okay, I know what to do. I decide, then okay, next please, something will come up again, okay, let's decide, good, so and so. I sense this victorious thinking throughout your 2026, of course, with the 6 of Wands card. I also hear this, you will achieve a lot of small successes and bigger ones, but there will be such a lucky period also, but you don't trust only in luck. So you coordinate everything nicely and learn to organize your things in the chaos, and that's brilliant. So you will be able to do this very, very well. I have no idea what you will do exactly, but you will do it very well. And if you think so, then put it in the comment section, please, if it turns out to be the case for you in the near or distant future, because I am very, very curious. So congratulations, dear pile 3. And now I want to talk a little bit about the Strength card. You are going to encourage a lot of people, because you'll have such a character. People may be a little afraid of you at first, but when they get to know you, they will see that what a beloved person you are, and you'll always know what to say and how you can always say a good word to people. Although you will not give out unsolicited advice, and people will love that about you. You'll only say things that are necessary. You will probably not get into huge chats, although there will be people around you with whom you can talk for hours, but this will not be the characteristics or general thing. You will be selective with your words, okay? So you'll only share wise things briefly, but this will be enough for these people, or those people I saw here in the card, for example, that they need you. You'll also recognize and see through those who really need help, but also those who are just pretending it, who are, let's say, either want to take advantage of your help, but to change is too comfortable for them. Well, this is where this Queen of Swords energy comes in with its slightly cooler side, because you can select these people out of your life nicely, and you probably won't waste a lot of time on them, because how should I put it? It won't be judgmental from you, but you'll immediately see whether it is worth it for you, whether they hear what you're trying to say in your words, or they only want to hear what they want. But this way you are not helping them, right? If we tell someone what they want to hear, so we don't necessarily tell the truth, that's not helping them. Then it's not worth wasting each other's time, neither your own nor their time, right? Finally, once again, turning back to the topic to the profession, this is actually a very spiritual channeling video, because the title is all about your spiritual development, but I can't really disconnect the energies from the other areas of life, because everything is connected to everything. But I see that you'll be in a very communicative and supportive environment where you support each other, and you also will have expectations. What does it mean? That means people have to keep the pace with you, and those who can keep this pace with you, they're going to also develop naturally, but they will be the ones who are closer to you in your relationships. That's probably why I feel this active period, so it's not surprising that you'll actually be in contact with people or in any long-term relationship with them, but only with people who can handle your pace. So this is another thing that I sense here, and it's very, very important to mention. This card is the Strength card. In a spiritual theme, I think it's one of the strongest or best card to see, because this card is also a representative of modesty and humility in your life. And when a person learns that, okay, there are challenges, but if you or we don't resist things, if we stand up for people and our truths, so in such a way you will be able to enforce your goals in a different way. But I still feel that this flexibility and purposefulness will be in harmony within you. So you'll be able to move forward with purpose. And you know that, for example, a tree, when there is a storm, survives that storm if its trunk or branches are flexible, because a tree that doesn't have flexibility will break the fastest in the biggest storm. So I would like to end your messages with this, dear Soul Spark. I see you as a very, very stable, flexible, strong tree symbolically here in 2026. And I wish you a wonderful year, and I wish you a lot of success, whatever this goal that you have set for yourself will be. And thank you very, very much for being here, and I really hope to see you again for the next guidance. Light, abundance, and blessings on your path.